All right, guys, today we're going to create an oculus, like a stained glass piece, like on Notre Dame. It's not actually going to be stained glass, though. We're going to use these pieces of foam and create a print to stamp. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on a circle piece and put that towards the middle of my cardboard. This is not actually my piece of art. My piece of art is going to be paper that I will have stamped this onto. And then I'm going to play around with adding pieces of foam to create a pattern. So I'm using this circle shape and building from there. So I'm kind of radiating out from that circle. And you'll notice that I'm not gluing right now. I'm not gluing because I know I'm going to want to make some changes. I'm going to want to switch some things up. So I'm allowing for that by just placing these pieces on. And then maybe I'll add a couple more down here just to fill that space. And now that I'm happy with it, I'm going to lift these one piece at a time and glue them. Next time I see you, we'll be using ink and a brayer to stamp. A brayer is kind of like a paint roller that you use in printmaking. And printmaking is just a really fancy way to say stamping in art. The benefit of stamping is you can get more than one. So I can stamp this multiple times and create many pieces of art instead of just one like you would when you're painting. You can't really create multiple paintings really quickly. Each one takes time. So this way, all I have to do is roll ink, stamp, roll ink, stamp. So it's really good when you want to make many of something. All right, now my printing plate, this is called my printing plate, is ready to dry. And next time I see you, we'll stamp it. All right, now I'm going to be stamping this that I made. The main thing when you're stamping is you want to keep everything clean. So I'm going to take my paper and put it to the side. I want to make sure I write my name before I get started. So I'm writing my name, setting it to the side. This roller here is called a brayer. I roll my brayer in the ink. When I roll it, I want to make sure that it's totally covered all the way around. Now it looks like I'm running out of ink, but I'm actually not because there's a lot still on the plate. And what I want to do is I run my brayer over my printing plate. When I start to get low on ink, I just go back onto there. And I want to make sure it's on all of the raised surfaces. It doesn't really matter if it gets on the cardboard, but I want to make sure it's on all the pieces of foam. Now when I set my brayer down, I want to make sure that I set the handle off the side of the plate, not in the plate. If you set it in the plate, then you're going to get the handle all dirty. So now if my hands are dirty, I'm just kind of like rubbing it in. You could go wash your hands if you want to. I'm going to set my paper down. My name is on my back. And I'm going to carefully place this straight. So I don't want it to be crooked. I want it to be straight down. Now once I touch it down, I cannot move it or adjust it. What I'm going to do is I hold it still with one hand and I apply pressure with the other. Now I'm going to switch hands. I did half with this hand. Now I'm going to hold with that hand and apply pressure with this hand. I want to make sure I'm not getting ink all over the place. And then when I lift up, you'll see that it transferred that design I made. So this is my first print. I'm going to set it to the side and I want to do another one. Writing my name, setting it to the side. Putting this back out, rolling, and then rolling back on here. Now I'm going to take it again, and remember, once I put it down, I can't move it. So if I put it on crooked, I have to just stick with that. But I really want to make sure it's straight. When I say I'm putting it on straight, I try to make the space equal on these two sides and that side. So holding with one hand, pressure with the other. Then swapping out, holding with this hand, pressure. Next time I see you, we will paint these to add color to them. But today we want to make sure that we have 1 or 2 of these that we feel happy with. I'm pretty happy with both of mine, so I'm going to set them on the drying rack, and next time I see you, we'll add color to them. All right, now that my ink is dry, I'm going to use these temper cakes to add color to my stained glass. I'm going to go into the water and then swirl into the paint. Temper cakes need to be woken up with water. They're hard until you add water. And then I'm going to add color, and my color is going to look really bright because it's on this white ink. Now I want to keep that radial balance that I got by starting with the circle and radiating out from it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of the same shapes in that color, orange. Maybe I'll do this green right in the center because I feel like it looks really bright. And then maybe I'll make all of my squares green. So I'm trying to keep that idea of radial balance that I started when I had that circle in the middle and worked out from there. And I'm going to do this to all of my prints that I felt happy with. And it really does make it look like a stained glass window, like light is shining through it. So this effect works really perfectly and really makes my piece look like it could be in Notre Dame. All right, now I'm happy with this one, and I'm going to move on to my next one.